Hello everyone. In this lecture, I am going to discuss a few physics questions from 2021 Karnataka TET from both paper 1 and paper 2. While solving these questions, I am going to discuss what type of questions they may ask this year in Karnataka TET. Okay. We can say that I am going to use the procedure of the mind mapping. While solving the questions, I will also discuss what type of questions this year they may ask. Not only this year for Karnataka TET, this lecture will be very much helpful for Hstr and Gpstr aspirants also. Because see, in each exam, whatever the exam which is based on the teacher recruitment vacancies, there will be few easy questions, few tough questions, few tricky questions. We need to learn to tackle all type of questions, right? So I would suggest you all to please watch this lecture very carefully, and also you apply the procedure while you are preparing for Karnataka TET also. Okay, whenever you solve any previous year question paper, you try to analyze from which chapter that question has come, and what are the many more questions which can be asked from that chapter. Also try to solve similar type of questions. Okay, this will increase your confidence, and you will become perfect with the concepts. Okay, so let us start. This is from paper 1, question number 121. From question number 121 I found these physics questions. The question is, a ball of mass 150 gram is hit by a bat. The ball starts to move with a velocity of 3 meter per second. The momentum of the ball is. They have given 4 options. See, first either you write it that what is given, or you can also analyze it in your mind. They have given mass of the ball, which is 150 grams. Then they have given the velocity of the ball, which is 3 meter per second. Using these two physical quantities, you should recall if there is any formula which is directly relating to mass and velocity. Yes, of course it is there. One very simple and easy but very important formula which gives you the momentum P. Okay, this is the momentum. This momentum is equal to mass into velocity. Now mass of the ball is given as 150 gram. Velocity is given as 3 meter per second. You have to see the options also, whether your units are matching or no. In mass you have gram, right? You see the options. Is there gram in any of the option? No. In all of the options there is kg. So you have to convert these grams into kg first. How you will convert? You have to divide 150 by 1000, because 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. This will give you 0.15 kg. Now you match the options. One is kg, the other one is meter per second. Yes, in 4 options also you have kg, meter per second. So now also we did not reach to the right answer, but at least we have an idea that our unit is matching. So we are going in a right way. Now just you have to multiply, because momentum is equal to mass into velocity, right? So it is 0.15 kg into 3 meter per second. This will give you 15 3s are 45, 0.45 kg meter per second. So option 1 will be the right answer. Okay, so this is the right answer. Without seeing the units, if you just multiply mass into velocity, that is 150 into 3, what is the answer you are going to get? You will get 450. And you are not writing the units in the right side, but actually the unit is gram meter per second, but you are ignoring it. Just you are multiplying 150 with 3. then what you will do? You will tick option 3, which is a wrong answer. So in physics, units are very, very, very important. Not only in physics, in any of science, in chemistry also, in maths also. Units are very, very important. One who will understand that units should match will never make a wrong answer. Okay? See, just by ignoring this unit, your answer was going wrong, right? If you consider these units, your answer will never go wrong. Okay? Now for sure they will not ask this momentum question, right? What are the more questions which may come from this part? See, this is motion, right? Momentum, it deals with motion because it is mass into velocity. One simple formula which may be used to solve any numerical which may be asked in the exam is velocity, which is equal to distance upon time. This is one simple formula. Or there is equation of motion. There are actually 3 equations of motions, among which one is the simple one. V is equal to u plus at, where u is the initial velocity of the body, v is the final velocity of the body, a is the acceleration of the body, and t is the time taken for the body to travel. So they may ask you this type of a question wherein you have to use v is equal to u plus at. Either they will ask you final velocity, so you can use the formula directly. Or if they ask you initial velocity, you write it like this, v minus at. Or if they ask you to find the acceleration, you have to write v minus u upon t. The maximum chances I am expecting this type of a question. The question which involves acceleration, which can be calculated using v minus u upon t. Okay, so this is one thing. What are the other type of questions which may be asked? They can ask you kinetic energy of the body. They may give you mass and velocity, and they may ask you to find the kinetic energy of the body. This will be equal to half into mv square. M is the mass of the body, v is the velocity of the body. You have to use this formula, but then again you have to consider the dimensions. See, they are giving you simple question which can be solved using a direct simple formula. But here what is the trick? What is the twist? The twist is that you have to match the units. If you will not match the units, then your answer will be wrong. Okay? Or they may ask you potential energy or E. This will be equal to mgh. M is the mass of the body, g is the acceleration due to gravity, and h is the height from which the body is falling. Kinetic energy means the body will be moving on the road maybe. Okay. Potential energy means the body will be falling from up to down. Okay, maybe some ball is dropped from the terrace, or some ball is dropped from the mountain. It will be like that. That type of questions you will use potential energy. For the body which is moving linearly or which is moving on the road, you will use kinetic energy. Okay. So these are the type of questions which may be asked in the place of this momentum question. Okay. Next question. Dust particles from a carpet will be removed by beating it. Identify the principle of physics used here. See, women may be knowing this very, like it is a common thing. Not only women, everyone. When we dust at home, maybe you are cleaning some chatai or some carpet. You just beat it like this. You can see so much of dust coming out, right? So the question is, why is it coming out? What is the principle behind this? Either it is Newton's law of universal gravitation, Newton's third law of motion, second law of motion, or first law of motion. See, actually, listen to me carefully. When a carpet is beaten with a stick, the carpet is set into motion. Means you are moving that carpet. Due to inertia of rest, the dust particles will tend to remain at rest. Actually, those dust particles, they want to remain at rest. But you are beating the carpet. As a result, the dust particles will fall off forcefully. And what is the law that explains this? It is Newton's law of motion, which is first law. Whenever you talk about inertia, it is Newton's first law of motion. It states that a body will not start moving until and unless an external force acts on it. If you were not moving the carpet, then the dust particle would have sticked there only because it wants to stick there. but you are forcefully moving the carpet, so the dust particles are forced to come out. Okay, so that's why Newton's first law of motion, option 4, will be the right answer. Now what type of question they may ask? See, they have asked Newton's first law of motion. Maybe next time they will ask Newton's second law of motion. What is Newton's second law of motion? It is force is equal to mass into acceleration. Okay, m is mass of the body, a is acceleration. Maybe they can ask you numerical also. What they will ask numerical if they want to ask directly? Either they will give mass and acceleration and they will tell you to find force, or they will give force and mass, they will tell you to find acceleration, or they will give you velocity. You have to find acceleration using the velocity. How you find? At that time they will give you time also. So acceleration will be equal to velocity upon time. Then you find acceleration, then you apply force is equal to mass into acceleration. They may ask you this type of a question, or they may ask any question based on Newton's third law of motion also. What it is? For every action there is equal and opposite reaction. It may be based on that also. Okay, next question. Force of attraction of earth on an object of mass 2 kg towards it. This is question number 123. Here what they have given? They have given mass of a object which is 2 kg. Then they are telling you to find the force of attraction of earth. Force of attraction of earth they are telling. So you have to find the force. But just now we saw that force is equals to mass into acceleration. We don't have acceleration here. But then they have given you one twist with the word earth. Force of attraction of earth. So here you can use acceleration due to gravity, which is 9.8 meter per second square. So force is equal to mg, or force is equal to 2 kg into 9.8 meter per second square, or force will be equal to 1.96 Newton. So option 3 will be the right answer. In case this does not click to you, in case, okay, this acceleration due to gravity does not come into mind, then you have another one procedure, because they are giving this term force of attraction of earth, right? So force of attraction of earth means you have force between the two objects, that is force is equal to G into capital M into small m upon r square. Newton's law of gravitation, right? Here G will be universal constant, gravitational constant, 6.7 into 10 raised to minus 11. Capital M will be mass of the earth, 6 into 10 to the power 24 kg. Then R will be radius of the earth, 6.4 into 10 to the power 6 meters. Then small m will be the given mass. What it is? It is 2 kg. See, this is a very one big procedure, and you should remember all the constants. The gravitational constant, the mass of the earth, the radius of the earth. But then this is another way of finding the answer. If you multiply all these constants and you divide it by r square, then you will get 1.96 Newton only. This is a very lengthy procedure, but still it is better that you should know, right? This will click, very good, well and good. Okay, this will save your time also. By chance if this does not click and you have time, then you can use this also. Okay, so this time maybe they will ask anything related to this also, the Newton's law of gravitation. You never know. Okay, so maybe they will ask you to find the mass of the earth maybe. But if you already know the constant of the earth, then no problem. You can take the right answer. It's better you know these constants also. Okay, next question number 124. A boy is enjoying a ride on merry-go-round which is moving with a speed of 10 meter per second. It implies about boy. See, actually they are telling that one boy is enjoying a ride on merry-go-round. What is merry-go-round? It is a ride like this. You must have seen this in exhibitions. This is a ride which is known as a merry-go-round. That boy is enjoying a ride on merry-go-round and it is moving with a speed of 10 meter per second. They have given you the speed which is 10 meter per second. It implies about boy, whether the boy is at rest or he's moving with no acceleration, or he's moving with acceleration, or he's moving with uniform velocity. See, actually, the boy, he is moving with acceleration. Option 3 is the right answer. But why? I will tell you. Acceleration means it is the measure of how fast the velocity changes. Now, if the boy is moving with the constant speed, no problem, he is moving with constant speed, but the direction is changing. The merry-go-round, it will go like this, right? It is a circular motion. In a circular motion, your velocity will change. This is the direction of the velocity. The boy actually, along with merry-go-round, he wants to go like this. But then because it is a circular motion, the boy, he will go like this again. Again, he will go like this. Again, he will go like this. So every time the velocity of the merry-go-round is changing, the directions are changing. So in a uniform circular motion, if direction is changing, then velocity changes. And what is change in velocity? The rate of change in velocity, or the rate in change in velocity, is nothing but acceleration. That's why we write acceleration is equals to velocity upon time, right? That's why you say that the boy is moving with acceleration. Option 3 will be the right answer. Okay. Next question. The statement true with respect to reflection of light is, it is a optics question. The statement true with respect to reflection of light is, reflected light is brighter than incident light, reflected ray splits into 7 colors, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, reflected light bends towards normal. See, simple thing, if I see angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, we know it. It is a simple thing. Angle I will be equal to angle R. So, option 3 should be the right answer. See here, the ray which is falling on the mirror, it is known as the incident ray, and the ray which gets out or the reflected after touching the mirror, after falling on the mirror, is known as the reflected ray. If you draw a perpendicular to that mirror between the incident ray and the reflected ray, you will get angle of incidence and angle of reflection. Now this reflection, it is described by two laws. First law is that the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, that is angle I is equal to angle R. And the second law is that the reflected ray lies in the same plane as the incident ray and the normal to the surface at that point of the incidence. The two rays are on opposite sides of the normal. Okay, you can see in this figure, the second law will describe this, that the incident ray, reflected ray and the normal, they all fall on the same plane. So option 3 will be the right answer. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Next question. Unit of electric charge is, what is the unit of electric charge? Of course, it is Coulomb. You should be knowing the units of physical quantities. For example, I have given you table here. I think if you learn this table, it will be more than enough for this year's TET exam. Here I have given you the units of force, weight, work, energy, heat, power, pressure. See, you have to note that there is same unit for work, energy and heat, that is joule. Okay. And then for pressure and stress, both are Pascal. This you have to remember. And I have given you the symbols and their units also. It is better you learn them all. For example, the unit of pressure is Pascal, we know. But then what is it? It is Newton per meter square. So you have to learn this table. I am sure that any question will be asked from this table only this time. Okay, you have to learn it. Next is question number 127. Home appliances used in order to reduce electricity consumption at home. Means which home appliance you use usually by the motto of reduced consumption. Means you want your electric bill to come less. You don't want your electric bill to come more. You want that the bill cost will be less and less so that you can save some money. For that what type of appliance you will use at home? You will use only those type of appliances. At least you will try to use only those type of appliances which will draw less power, because you want less power consumption, right? So that you get less bill. So one which draws less power. Option 1 will be the right answer. Next question. A person can see objects only at the distance greater than 40 centimeter. To correct his disorder, he is advised to use lens of power. Minus 2.5D, D is diopter, it is the unit of lens, plus 2.5D minus 1.25D or 1.5D. Means there is a person, he can see objects only at a distance greater than 40 centimeter. Means he can see only the objects which are far. Now if he want to correct this problem, this disorder, which type of lens he will use? What will be the power of that lens? This is the question. See here they are talking about the in front of the eye, because 40 centimeter, right? So it will be a concave lens, and for concave lens you have object distance will be minus infinity. Image distance will be minus 40 centimeter. And then you use this lens formula, 1 upon f is equal to 1 upon v minus 1 upon u. F is the focal length. Why we want focal length? Because we know that the power is 1 by focal length. If I want to find the power, I need the focal length. If I want the focal length, then I have to use this formula for concave lens. It will be minus 1 by 40 minus 1 by minus infinity. This will give you minus 40 centimeter. Now this power I can easily find out. It is actually 1 upon 40, but then I want diopter, right? For diopter, because 40 is in centimeter, I have to put 100 in the numerator, because this is the formula. If you want to write meter, then you don't write 100 in the numerator. Okay, this will be the power. This is minus 2.5 D. So minus 2.5 D. Option 1 will be the right answer. Remember, for concave lens, focal length will be negative and power will be negative. Okay. Now let me give you a quick glance on this power of a lens. This power of a lens is equal to 1 upon f, where f is the focal length. And the power of convex lens is always positive, and concave lens it is always negative. Opticians prescribe corrective lenses indicating their powers. You have normally 3 type of defects are there in vision. They can be corrected using these lenses. First one is the myopia, or the short-sightedness or nearsightedness. In this problem, concave lens is used to correct this myopia. And then next is hypermetropia, or the long-sightedness or far-sightedness. Here convex lens is used because focal length is positive. And the third one is the presbyopia. A person may have both far-sightedness and short-sightedness. This can be corrected using a lens with the combination of both concave and convex lens. Okay. So this was just a quick glance about the power of the lens. Now let's move on to paper 2. Little bit of questions will be there. This is my observations. The first question is Curie temperature Tc of cobalt is. See, for cobalt, the Curie temperature is 1394 Kelvin. So option 2 will be the right answer. Now for this you should remember, I think now it's better you remember the Curie temperature of other 2 materials also, the iron and the nickel. See, for cobalt actually it is 1400 Kelvin. For 1400 Kelvin is not there in the options, which is the nearby number is 1394 Kelvin. So that will be the right answer here. For iron it will be 1043 Kelvin, and for nickel it will be 627 Kelvin. Okay, you should know this. Next 122. Question number 122. A person uses a lens of power minus 2D. The eye defect and lens used by him is. Now you can easily tell it, right? I told you about the myopia, hypermetropia and all that. So the answer will be option 4, because concave lens, myopia, convex lens, hypermetropia, concave lens. It is used to correct myopia, which is a far away objects problem. Means the thing will be negative, the power will be negative. Here negative power is there, means either see Any one thing will come in your mind also, here option will be correct. If you get concave lens in your mind, then myopia is there with concave lens, right? So concave lens and hypermetropia will not go through, isn't it? So concave lens and myopia will go. So option 4 will be the right answer. Next question number 123. Resistor color code for yellow color is. Actually, for resistor color codes, you should know certain things which are very, very important. See, this is the thing you should know. And how do you remember these? Means, see, on the resistors, no, you will have certain colors. It could be any color among this: black, brown, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, gray, white. And then there will be gold, silver also. So how to read the resistors? I will tell you. Actually, no, first color of the resistor will give you first digit. This is the value of the resistor. Okay, in that value the first digit will be given by first color. Second color will give you second digit. Okay, third color is a multiplier. It will give you some number which will be 10 to the power. Okay, that number will be given by this third color. Okay, fourth color will give you tolerance. It will give you plus or minus some percentage. Okay, that could be gold, silver or none. If there is none means you write 20%. If there is silver means you write 10%. But how to remember these colors? This I will tell you first. See, actually there are many mnemonics, many tricks to remember. But which I like or which I learnt in my school and college is black, brown, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, grey, white can be remembered as B.B. Roy of Great Britain has a very good wife. B.B. Roy of Great Britain has very good wife. Of has nothing to do. G for great. Again B. H has nothing to do. A has nothing to do. Then V, G, W. B is black. Remember, first one is black. Second one is brown. In Roy, R is red. O is orange. Y is yellow. Then G, great, green. Then Britain, B, blue. Then V, violet, good, grey. W, white. Okay. B.B. Roy of Great Britain has a very good wife. This you have to remember. If you remember, then you will have no problem. You will have the values. Now you go back to the table, you will understand. See here, black will start from 0. 0 till 9. How you write it? Like this. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. See, in a resistor, the first color will give you certain number. Say example, if you have brown, it will be 1. Second, say for example you have orange here, it will be 3. Again third, say example here you have yellow. If you have yellow means you have 10 to the power, yellow is 4, right? 10 to the power 4. And here maybe you have silver, you say. For silver, what is the tolerance number? It is 10%, right? So it will be plus or minus 10%. So this is the value of the given resistor. This is the resistor. Using this color coding, I found the value of this resistor. Another example, if there is a resistor with the first color as yellow, second is violet, third is red, then you will have 4, 7, and this 2 will be 10 to the power 2. Okay. So it is 47 into 10 to the power 2. I am not giving any tolerance value here. 47 into 10 to the power 2 ohms or 4700 ohms, or if you want to convert it in kilo, it will be 47 kilo ohms. Okay. So it is 47 kilo ohms. So this is how you can read the color code of the resistors. Okay, so one question is always expected in TET based on this color code. So it is better you learn this. Let's move on. Next question is from current electricity. No, before that there is another question. The question is question number 124. Every body continues to be in state of rest or of uniform motion along a straight line unless acted upon by an external force to act otherwise. Of course, this is a Newton's first law of motions statement. We know it already, right? We did it in the paper 1 only. So option 2 will be the right answer. Okay. Now there is a question from the current electricity. The question is in the given figure. R1 is 10 ohms, R2 is 40 ohms, R3 is 30 ohms, R4 is 20 ohms, R5 is 60 ohms, and a 12 volt battery is connected to this series. The total resistance in this circuit is. See, first of all, by seeing the circuit and by seeing the question, I would make you one thing clear, that we have to find total resistance in this circuit, right? So we don't need the value of the battery. Whatever the value of the battery is, whatever the voltage is not required for this particular type of question. Correct? Because we have to find the total resistance. That's it, right? Here we will have to identify how the resistors are connected, whether they are connected in series or they are connected in parallel. This will do. And if resistors are connected in series, you find the total resistance as the sum of the resistors. Okay. And if the resistors are connected in parallel, then you find the total resistance as 1 upon the total resistance is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus how many resistors are connected, it depends. Okay. Now first see here, R1 and R2, they are connected in parallel. Then R3, R4 and R5, they are connected in parallel. Then this entire combination and this entire combination, they together, they are connected in series. How to identify? There are many ways of identifying. First is that you can see how the connections are done. As I told earlier also, I will give the link of the Gpstr playlist. You please go there and watch the lectures. You will understand very nicely how to identify the series and parallel connections. Okay. Now for instance, one thing which you have to remember is that just to identify, see, if the resistors are connected like this, means one end of the resistor is connected to the starting point. The ending point of one resistor is connected to the starting point of the other resistor. Then this is a series connection. If the connections are like this, the starting points are connected to starting point, the ending points are connected to ending points, then it is a parallel connection. Okay. So much you can remember. This is a trick to remember. Okay. Now let us find the total resistance. For that, first I have to find a total resistance of this group, right? Let it be R dash. Then I will have to find the total resistance of this group. Let it be R2 dash. Then I will find the total resistance of the circuit using this R dash and R2 dash. Now in this R dash group, the resistors are connected in parallel, right? So I will use this formula. 1 upon R dash by 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. What is R1? It is 10 ohms. What is R2? It is 40 ohms. This will be equal to, I will take the LCM, it will be 400. So it will be 40 plus 10 upon 400. This will give me 50 upon 400 or 1 upon 8 ohms. This is my 1 upon R dash, which is 1 upon 8 ohms. Or if I want the value of R dash only, it will be 8 ohms. Similarly, if I want to find 1 upon R2 dash, I will do 1 upon 30 plus 1 upon 20 plus 1 upon 60, which will be equal to 120 will be the LCM, right? How you do the LCM? You take 30, 20 and 60. Find the LCM. 10 3s are, 10 2s are, 10 6s are, then 3 1s are, 3 2s are. 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12, 12 10s are 120. This will be our LCM. Okay. Now use this LCM. 120 will be in the denominator. 120 upon 30 will be 4 plus 120 upon 20 will be 6 plus 120 upon 60 will be 2 and LCM is 120. So this will be equal to 12 upon 120, or 12 ones are 12 tens are 1 upon 10 ohms. With this, what will be my R2 dash? R2 dash will become 10 ohms. Now R dash is 8 ohms, R2 dash is 10 ohms, and these both combinations are in series. So R dash plus R2 dash will be 8 ohms plus 10 ohms. R1 plus R2 you have to do. So 18 ohms will be the right answer. Option 1 will be the right answer. Okay. In case they were asking the total current, at that time we needed the value of this battery, the 12 volts, because once I have total resistance, then I use Ohm's law to find the total current. V is equal to IR. Okay. There we required this 12 volts. Okay. Or else this is waste for us. This data is not needed for this particular type of question. Okay. Then moving on. Next question number 126. The polarity of induced EMF is such that it tends to produce a current which opposes the change in magnetic flux that produced it. This law is called Fleming's law, Lenz's law, Bohr's law, Henry's law. Actually, this is Lenz's law. Okay. It states that an induced current always flows in a direction such that it opposes the change which produces it. This is Lenz's law. It is in magnetism. Now, to be on the safer part, maybe you can know what is Fleming's law, what is Bohr's law, what is Henry's law. In that only, see, I will suggest you to make one list of laws in physics, like Newton's laws is there, and then Coulomb's law is there. And all these laws, you just make a list and you try to analyze what those laws state. Then that type of question you can easily answer. Okay. Next question. We slip on a rainy day due to. See, actually on a rainy day, the water on the road, it reduces the friction between our feet and the road. So if friction is reduced, means we slip. Friction, it is the force which attracts you and the ground, maybe your feet and the ground, maybe the force because of which you can stick to that ground. But if that friction only will get reduced, then you will slip. Okay. So the reason why we slip on a rainy day is due to decrease in friction. Option 4 is the right answer. Next question. Question number 128. An object is tracing a circular path of radius 7 cm in its motion as shown in the figure. The displacement and distance travelled with the object to go one round respectively are. See, for this type of question, first you should know the difference between distance and displacement. See, for example, you are going from point A to point B. For that you have two ways. One is this way, A to B. The other one is this way, like this. Okay, this is one way. This is another way. So the shortest distance is the displacement. Okay, from your initial position to final position. That is your displacement. Distance is the distance travelled. Okay, how much distance you have travelled is the distance travelled. But displacement is where is your position. That is your displacement. Okay. Now, for example, if there is a circular motion. From here that body is there here. Then it is going in a circular motion. And again it is coming back to its place. Means it has travelled the distance of this circumference of this circle. But displacement is 0 because the position of the body has not changed. Okay. This is the difference between distance and displacement. So now I gave you one answer actually. Displacement will be equal to 0 here. Why? Because the body is in circular motion. From D it is starting. Again it will come back to D. So the displacement is 0 here. Or if the initial point is A, the body it is starting to trace from point A, but again after the circular path is covered, it will come back to its initial position, that is A. That's why the displacement will be 0 here. You have to see the options. In 4 options, you have 0 only in option 1. So option 1 will be the right answer. But then here option 1 has right answer, only 0 is there in first position. If you had 0 in the first position in the other option also, at that situation you have to find the distance travelled, right? So let us see how to find the distance travelled. I gave you one clue actually. The distance traveled in a circular motion is nothing but the circumference of the circle. Now what is the circumference of the circle? Circumference of the circle is equal to 2 pi r. Here they have given the radius of the circular path. The radius is 7 centimeter. And the circumference or the distance traveled is equal to 2 pi r, because they are talking about the circular motion. 2 into pi can be written as 22 by 7 and the radius of the circle is 7. It is 7 centimeter. 7 will get cancelled and 44 centimeter will be the distance travelled by the object in tracing that circular path of radius 7 centimeter. So option 1 will be the right answer again. Okay, 44 centimeter is given here. So this finishes your Karnataka TET 2021 physics part of the question papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Friends, I hope that you came to know how to analyze a question paper and how to prepare for the present exam using the previous year question papers. If you have any doubt, please do let me know in the comment section. I also have a Telegram channel. I will give the link in the description. You please join the Telegram channel, and we have a discussion group also in the Telegram channel. You are always welcome to talk to me in that discussion group. You can also write in the comment section. You can also mail me, and that's it. So please keep working hard, and if you have any problem, please do let me know. All the best. Thank you. Bye.